Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you all about my fake tanning routine, or my sunless tanning routine as some people like to call it. I love having tanned skin. I'm not the kind of person to go really dark with my fake tan or anything like that. I just like to have a nice bronze and not be too pale, especially when I've got something on. So when I'm going out for a birthday, I've got some kind of event and I just want a little bit of a tan to my skin because naturally I'm quite pale, then fake tanning is my go-to. I get so bored laying out in the sun. I get really bored, I get really hot, and I just don't really enjoy it as much as I wish that I could pull off a natural tan. I do fake tan. Technically, if you think about it, it is the safe way to do it because how scary is skin cancer and the thought of that? So technically, tanning the fake way is the safe way. So I'm basically going to talk you guys through everything from the products that I use, how I do it, skin preparation, and what I do to maintain it. And I'm going to put some little demonstration clips in as well to show you guys as I go along. So I just want to make a very quick side note that I'm not saying I do not like the look of pale skin or anything like that. I'm confident in my pale skin as well. I'm just a lot more confident when I have got a bronzed look to my skin or a tan on. That's just a personal preference. Yeah, I just wanted to make that little side note so that no one thinks that I'm backing out having pale skin or anything like that, because in no way, shape or form am I. I just personally love to have tanned skin. So in saying that, if you guys would like to see how I get my skin nice and bronzed, then please keep on watching. So let's first start out by talking about my all-time favorite tanning product in the world. So I use the Loving Tan 2-Hour Express Tan in the shade Dark. So with this one, you actually put it on, you wait 2 hours and wash it off, and then it continues to develop once you've washed it off, if that makes sense. So I remember the first time I used it, I jumped in the shower, washed it off, got out the shower, and I was still pale, and I was told that you just have to wait the time after you have the shower and it develops then. So like you wash it off before bed, say you go to bed and you wake up tan. But most of the time when I tan, I actually tan at nighttime before I go to bed. So I allow it to dry and then I hop in bed, I sleep in it and wake up in the morning, wash it off, and it is as dark as it will go. There's two kind of options to how you want to do it. But yeah, this is a tan that I use and I swear by. I have been through that many bottles of it and it's just my baby. The main reasons that I absolutely love this tan is it applies amazingly. So when you apply this tan to your skin, it's got a really good color guide, which means that it allows you to see exactly where you're putting the tan and you don't have to worry about not knowing if it's gone in the right place or not knowing if it's fully covered the area, because you can completely and utterly see every area that it has covered. You will notice that when you rub it in, you might get a couple of streaks here and there that don't really want to move around that much. But that is just the bronzer in the tan. Once the tan has set and developed and all of that, and you wash the top layer off, the bronzer washes off. That just allows you to see exactly where you have put the tan for your benefit so that the application is so much easier. The reason that I do love this tan is that it dries so incredibly quickly. So I can do my tan and it'll honestly, each area of my body, as soon as I apply that tan, will dry within a minute. And once I've done my whole body, I can literally get changed a minute or so after I've done it, and I don't have to worry about feeling sticky all day long or all night while I've got it on. So that is definitely a bonus. I've tried out a lot of tans where I have used it and it has taken hours to not feel sticky, which is not ideal. There's definitely days where I need to be doing things with a tan on, and Loving Tan allows you to do that because of how quickly it dries and how it does not transfer onto your clothes. To apply my Loving Tan, I do use a mitt, so that is going to make sure that you don't get the tan all over your hands or anything like that, and it applies the tan really beautifully. I don't use the Loving Tan one, I have, but at the moment I'm really loving the B Tan mitt. It's in really nicely and it allows you to have a little bit more grip. So let's jump into the first step of my tanning routine, and that is my skin preparation. So the first thing that I will always do, especially if I have had a tan on the week before, then I will go in with my Bondi Sands Self Tan Eraser. This is brand new, it has only just come out. I got my hands on it as soon as I could. When the week was up and I was ready to go and put a new tan on, I tested this one out. The hype is real, this is amazing. So I just pump that into my hand and apply it onto my body, and I leave it on for about 5 to 10 minutes. and then I jump into the shower. I use a face towel and I just swipe off the excess tan. And it literally erases your tan. It is amazing, and it gets rid of the tan that are in the stubborn spots. So for me, it gets stubborn around this area of like my armpit. It gets stubborn on my knees, my elbows, and my feet. And this erased all of those areas just as well as erased the rest of my body. So everything was clean and ready to go for my next tan application. So once I have used this and got all of my excess tan from the week before off, then my skin is ready for exfoliating. Jump into the shower, wash the tan eraser off, get the tan off, and then I grab my exfoliating mitts like these ones here that I'm going to show you in this little clip that I pop up on the screen. These are just some cheap exfoliating mitts from Priceline, I'm pretty sure, but they have done the job amazingly for me. So all I do here is pump my body wash onto the exfoliating mitts, make sure that my whole body is wet obviously, and I go over and I exfoliate my whole body. So I make sure that I focus on the dry areas of my body, such as my feet, my knees, elbows, and behind my knees. Those areas seem to cling a lot more with the tan, so I just make sure that those are extra exfoliated, if you know what I mean. And then once I have focused on getting rid of the dry skin on those areas, I exfoliate the rest of my body quite lightly. Exfoliating your skin is so important when it comes to fake tanning, because if you have any dry spots or anything like that on your skin, the tan is going to cling even more to those areas than what you want it to, trust me. And then once I have exfoliated my whole body and my skin is nice and smooth, I will then go in and shave my legs. So I just use a normal shaver, this one, razor, shaver, you know, whatever you want to call it. And I shave my whole legs and my armpits, and then we are ready to go. And I normally try and do my prep the night before I'm going to be tanning. However, there are days when I have to do it all on the same day. That's not a problem. You know, it's not ideal. It is best to be able to prep your skin the night before and then go in with the tan the next day, because your pores and all of that will be closed up, and you know, your skin won't be as aggravated and stuff like that from the exfoliating. If I am going to be doing the tan on the same day as the prep, then I just make sure that I wait as many hours as I can after my shower to put my tan on. However, most of the time I will do it the night before, so I'll just jump out of the shower and I moisturize my whole body the night before. This is my all-time favorite body moisturizer. It is the Vaseline Intensive Cocoa Glow, Cacao Glow, again, however you want to say. This one is amazing. I've used this one for years and I just love the feel of it on my skin. So I moisturize my whole body with this one, and then the next day I will shower again just before I tan, just to like freshen up. I don't do any exfoliating or anything like that. I just literally freshen up. Make sure that the water goes a little bit cold before I jump out to close up all of my pores and make sure they're not open from the hot water. And then jump out and I will moisturize the dry parts of my body. That is my knees, my elbows, my feet, and my hands and wrists. When you moisturize before applying the tan, that will allow the tan to not grab to those areas as much. So the areas that I've put the moisturizer onto, the tan won't be as full on, and those are the areas that, you know, if you don't moisturize it, the tan will come out darker because of the dryness in those areas. So I like to lather my elbows up with this, my knees, my feet, and my hands, and then I go straight in with my fake tan. Start with my upper body and I apply 2 to 3 pumps of the tan for this area. So I go across my chest and over my shoulders and stuff like that. I then take another 1 to 2 pumps and I go over my stomach with those, and then I take another 2 pumps. I don't normally do more than 2 pumps for my arms because I find that, you know, it's quite a small area to cover, so 2 pumps does it perfectly for me. Use circular motions and go up and over my arms like this, making sure that I get this area as well. When I first started tanning, I felt like I was getting this area, and then I would do my tan, wash it off, and realize that there was like a chunk under here that I missed, because it's a hard area to make sure it's fully covered when you're first getting into tanning. So I just make sure that I go like this and can see that I have fully covered that area, and then we're good to go. Take 2 to 3 pumps for my lower legs and 2 to 3 pumps for my thighs, and take it all over with circular motions. And then once I know that I have covered the whole space of my body that I have put the tan, I then go over and I pat the tan into my skin, just I don't know, I got that tip off someone else and it seems to do the trick. It just kind of makes sure that it's all pressed into place and you've got it exactly where you want it. When it comes to tanning my back, I can't do it myself. There's no way that I can do it myself. I know some people can like reach the whole way around and reach over and get their whole back done themselves, but I just cannot do it. So I always have to make sure that when I do my tan, someone is home to help me do my back. When it comes to tanning my hands, I keep my hands straight up like this and I just run the mitt up my hands like so. If you close your hands like this and apply tan over it, then when you open it, it's going to sit into the little wrinkles across your knuckles and the little creases in your fingers. And when you open your hands up like this, you're gonna have dark patches along here. These bits are a little bit dark, but you know, it happens. But yeah, if you can, keep your hands straight, go like this, and you won't get it into the creases and your hands will come out much better than what they would if you were to close your fist and rub the tan over it like that. When it comes to tanning my face, I use a kabuki brush and a very extremely small amount of this. As you can see here in the clip that I showed you, I popped a tiny bit too much on this and I did kind of go a little bit overboard on my cheeks, but that's okay. I literally just picked up the mitt and I used the side that had the less amount of tan on it and I just went over my face and buffed it all in. It came out absolutely fine. But I like to use a brush because I can focus it on more areas. So when it comes to tanning my face, I like to focus it on my cheekbones and around the outer perimeters of my face, just so that I have a little bit of shape and my face matches my neck and the rest of my body. I then wait a couple of hours before I want to wash it off, or I'll leave it on for the night, sleep in it and wash it off the day after. Now, because this tan does dry so incredibly quickly, I just wait about a minute once I've put it on, just feeling it, making sure it's not sticky or anything, and honestly it dries so fast. I can get changed and get on with my day. During the week of having my tan on, I will switch between a few different moisturizers. I love the Bondi Sands gradual tanning lotion. I use that a lot, however I'm out of it at the moment, so I don't have any of it to show you. But at the moment I'm switching between the Vaseline one that I use to prep my skin and the Dove Summer Glow Gradual Self Tan Body Lotion, and this one is awesome as well. And I just feel that applying a moisturizer that's got a gradual tanner in it will help keep your tan looking fresher for longer. So yeah, after each shower each day, I'll make sure that I jump out and moisturize my whole body to make sure my tan is lasting as long as I can get it to with either my gradual tanner or my Vaseline. So the way that I know that I need to redo this whole process again is that certain areas of my body will start to go a bit patchy and the tan will fade. So what do? We jump in the shower, we exfoliate, we use our razor, we shave, we jump out, we moisturize, and we repeat the tanning process. But like I said, if you continue to moisturize throughout the week, you'll find that your tan, it will start to fade, but it'll fade nicely. It won't fade really patchy or anything like that if you actually look after your skin. And as it does start to get a bit patchy, maybe just start exfoliating lightly, not too heavily, just to make sure that it comes off nicely and not in big patches. So moisturizing definitely helps out with that. I'm pretty sure that that is everything I needed to cover with you guys. I've rambled on enough about my fake tanning routine. I hope you guys all really enjoyed it and you've learned something from it if you want to start fake tanning or improve something in your fake tanning routine. I hope that I have given you a hand with that. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button down below. That would mean the world and it really helps me out, and I will see you guys next week in my next video. Bye!